Hey everyone, and welcome to this episode of Co-Creating with AI. I'm Martin, and with me is my co-host Rasmus. And today we are also presenting our guest Johan Salo. How are you today, Johan?
I'm very good. And how are you?
I'm good. I've been coding all day, and I'm fasting today as well. And it always gives this really nice energy
Ah,
working. How are you, Rasmus?
Also good. I've been like, I don't know why, but I've been strictly in like keto and fasting for quite a while now, almost strictly. And yeah, energy level is quite something. So
mm,
I'm
That's
also
good.
like energized and like, yeah, lots of good progress and yeah, enjoying
uh, I forgot to
the day.
say that I'm also fasting today.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah,
really? No way.
This is the
No way.
fasting episode.
the
Yeah.
fasting.
Super cool.
Nice.
Awesome. I'm actually doing using a blood sugar monitor. I don't
Mm,
have a diabetes diagnosis, but
Hmm.
they are available online, and I was recommended by Jiggis, who worked with AI in Multiply before, and they are really awesome. You learn a lot, so much
Hmm.
mm.
from looking at data about your own body than from reading from a book.
But are
Hmm.
they invasive or non-invasive, the one you use?
So they are a bit invasive. They have a needle,
Okay.
but it's so thin. It's just a filament, so you actually don't feel it,
Hmm.
and
And it's
it's just
always on. You always have it on.
always on
Oh,
14
wow.
days, continuous monitoring, 24 hours a day. Yeah,
And what was the name of that one?
CBionics.
Sybionics.
Check
Uh,
that out.
they also have a keto version as well.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, to measure
Interesting.
ketonics.
Okay.
But
That was not the
yeah,
topic.
that's a good diversion. Let's get back to co-creating with AI. Johan, you are a designer working with AI. How's
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
How has your everyday work evolved the past 2 years?
I mean, for the past maybe 5 years. I mean, in 2019, I stumbled upon, like you did, GPT-3, when I was actually looking for some tool that could help me transcribe audio into some reasonable text. And also when I was experimenting with Microsoft Azure and TensorFlow and those kind of things to create some logic of time series from brainwaves.
Hmm.
Uh, so because I was really, have you seen that episode, or have you read about the thing in China where they sync your credit scores based on what you do in society? There's also
Yeah,
Yeah.
a
sure.
Black Mirror
Yeah,
episode.
yeah.
But then I read an article about they were doing research on brain waves, and then like in a paper they actually could see who it was based on only the brain waves. So I thought, no, that's not possible. It's not possible.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I wanted to do a prototype that proved them wrong somehow.
Okay.
But it seemed like it was possible in a way because I used the image of a brainwave to feed it
Hmm.
into image recognition, which you're not supposed to do. But then I could compare the images to a certain person, and it could
So
like see who it
Mm.
was based on the brainwaves.
so
Wow.
there was like a fingerprint in the brain.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like
Wow.
5 different waves.
Hmm.
So, but don't tell anyone that's it's possible. Also, it was only 5 persons and like a few,
Okay.
not so many tests. So,
Yeah.
not a published paper.
Interesting. Yeah.
And what do you do on a daily day, Joe? And we have barely interest. Like, what's your role now, and what do you do at your company? Like, what
Yeah,
kind of
right now I'm like doing like a skill movement. Like I'm the skill lead for AI at Ambition, and in my company Ambition, we are like our mission is to make UX designer grow in companies and learn more about UX. So we have a bunch of experts that you can sign up to, and where you can get access to like education material and like sessions with a design expert to learn more and to grow. Because often
Mm.
when you're like a senior designer and you work for many years, you don't have time sometimes to read about the latest trends, what is happening in design. So here you just sign up to a subscription, and then you can spend 1 hour each week to get the latest trends and to learn more about design. So of
Cool.
course I'm following the AI and design track right now, and I'm leading that in Ambition.
All right.
Mm.
And how big team are you?
In the AI and design, we are like 6 persons, but at Ambition, I think we are around 23 designers now. But
Okay.
most of us are consultants, so we are
Mm.
like a gun for hire.
And do you see an uplift in the demand for design around AI services from your clients?
No, because in we are more like hired because of our UX design skills, or it might be that we are managing a product, or it can be UX strategy or design ops or leadership.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's not coming a demand on like special AI skills. But this
Mm.
in January, I saw the region where they were hiring an AI strategist. So you can see out in the market, okay, something is happening here.
Mm.
Maybe there soon will come like a UX designer with AI skills or something like that. Have you seen something like that?
Yeah, I haven't monitored the job ad so much, but it's but it sounds like maybe it's your angle on AI is more like using AI for your job then, or are you like producing UX for AI or developing skills within UX for AI, or is it more AI for UX, if you understand?
Yeah, I mean, we are actually having this discussion in the company. How should we approach AI? Like AI as a tool or an assistant, or
Mm,
is it an AI service that we are designing for a company? But
yeah,
then, on the other hand, then we have to take ownership of the service or products, and
yeah,
that's not our line of business because we are consultants.
okay.
But on the education part, ambition and power, there we have a product to design, and that is ambition and power that empowers designers, and we have different kind of learning tracks. So
Mm.
we are actually designing some AI services for that particular product.
Anything you can share?
Yeah, we haven't implemented anything yet, but we are designing like an AI assistant, a design tutor in ambition and power, and also we created some kind of guide for designers using ChatGPT.
Mm.
Uh, other than
What are
that,
what's in that guide? What are the main ways you're recommending designers to use AI?
in that case, it is in the UX research process and how you like collect information, how you
Mm.
analyze, and then how you present it to clients. So
Yeah.
in each steps of the research process, how can you use ChatGPT with what kind of prompts to keep an open
Mm.
mind and not like lock yourself into a certain prompt, or instead have a more iterative approach using
To to
the
prompting.
assistant. Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
So there's not like, okay, this prompt will work for all kind of contexts. You need to have
Mm.
like a dialogue in order to make it work.
Do you use any kind of prompt sharing tool or share
No.
a prompt with each other?
No, can you recommend any?
I don't know. We just use a Slack channel at
Oh,
at
yeah, we
Multiply.
that's what we do too. We have
Yeah.
like AI and
Yeah.
design team channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, Rasmus, you were saying.
No, I just think it's interesting because, by the way, you should just use multiply for it. So you can
Aha.
set up your prompts and share them. But uh, we'll take another session around that, Johan. It would be fun to get your input actually. Um,
Nice.
but it's interesting because the way you speak about it, it sounds like actually you look at like the design challenge is how you interact with AI, like so how you talk with it, how you prompt with it. Like
Yeah.
if you educate designers to be better at their jobs, right? That's your line of work in one sense.
Yeah.
And now
In
you see that as
yeah.
using AI as a tool to be better designers. Um,
Yeah.
or do you see that as
Yeah, more or
design as
less.
well? Do you see prompt engineering as like one of the future kind of tasks of good designers? Do you think that's like going to merge in there, like for AI
Not
services?
really, not in the recent developments, because I see that that will be, it could be that AI can deal with prompt engineering as well, that we don't have to be that specific when we prompt any longer. But it more or less will come up to how you like model the clay in a way, like just position the clay somewhere. Do you understand what I mean? That you don't have to like define the prompt, but more or less oversee how the AI
Mm.
is working. Because I
So
was
so
yeah
more like nudging the directions
yeah that's
along
what
the
I
way.
mean.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what.
yeah.
And it was. Did you see the Bill Gates and Sam Altman? It's like a YouTube, a podcast. It's called Unconfuse Me.
No, I
I
haven't
haven't
seen it.
seen it yet. No.
There's Bill Gates interviews Sam Altman about yeah, soon we will have GPT-5, so they discuss the future. And Bill Gates says something like that he is really into malaria and to prevent malaria in the world, and he's really afraid when the machine will say like, Bill, go and play pickleball instead. I got the malaria ball, so you're just a slow thinker, you're a slow human, so you do that, and me, the AI, will take care of business. So it's an interesting thing that you maybe should be a little bit concerned about that when
Mm.
they are the ones discussing this.
Yeah,
But
Mm,
then Sam says that we will never run out of problems, right?
mm,
We as humans. So this
yeah.
is like more higher level discussion, but the same thing applies for designers as well. I think that
That you can
what's the
always improve.
purpose? Yeah, what should we design when, for example, you can prompt, let's say, you can prompt Figma. You don't need to create components in Figma.
Mm,
You can just prompt, I need, you can, or we take multiplies interface into somewhere and then write, improve this to
mm,
increase something. Then
mm.
you get an improvement of the UI.
mm,
So then what's a designer if you just like administrating design?
mm,
So it's also
Yeah, it's a
about
good
discussing
question.
the role of designers.
mm.
Like what should we
On that
do in
topic, like,
the next.
no, sorry, like it's a little bit of latency here for me, still like, but like, what do you see like as the design space happening? Like, what is the design space then? Like, what do you see as like the opportunity to like, create value, like with the way you see things moving in this space, like within your line of work as designers? What do you see happening? Do you have any like
Yeah,
predictions, or do you have any like views of where you think it's going?
yeah, but I I recommend everyone to read UX Collective's trend report for 2024, but it's a little bit dystopian. I think that the new multimodal models will lead the way a little bit to help us find new design spaces, like
Yeah.
we can work with vision, we can work with sound, maybe tactile things. What will what will happen when we connect vision to our gestures and
Mm,
emotions? Is that like a new design space without a visual interface that we can explore?
yeah.
So, but that's maybe too much in the future and too difficult to see a immediate value in. But for me as a designer, I always like to explore new design spaces because
Mm,
I mean, when you know the design, it's just to a hygienic factor. I don't feel it's design any longer.
Mm. So, do you mean in the sense that the best user interface is the one that disappears, like that is not in the way of your work, but that actually like disappears when you get used to it. You're not thinking about the user interface any longer as being there.
You mean like ubiquitous computing or something like that? Slow.
No, I mean that a really good interface is something that you never notice. As soon as you're thinking about I'm clicking a button now, then the user interface is doing something it shouldn't. Like if something is blinking too much, or like the user interface itself
Hmm.
should not be drawing attention to itself to do its job. It should
Yeah.
rather disappear to do its job.
Yeah,
It's
if
just
it's
yeah,
is that what you want with the interface? Yeah, that's optimal actually.
yeah,
But I
yeah.
mean, if it's like a more traditional interface, like a keyboard or
Mm,
with when you play the keyboard with all the knobs,
yeah.
then you want the knobs. You want the maybe a guitar pedal. You want to see the lights. You want to see the knobs.
Mm,
Or in the
yeah.
car, you don't want to have a like no interface in the car. You want I'm a little bit more old school. So
Mm,
I would
mm,
really like to have the knobs still
yeah.
left like that. If
You're
you're
not
talking
you're
about,
not driving a Tesla then, I guess.
nah, are you or no?
Yeah, I am. Where it really they are doing their best to for the user interface to disappear.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
there's still a wheel, steering wheel, but almost the rest of the
yeah,
traditional user interface is gone.
yeah.
But so when you think about the multimodal AI, where is your energy going at the moment?
Yeah, there was a prototype that came up recently about what David is he called David Attenborough, the
Yeah,
nature
yeah,
the epic nature guy.
yes,
Yeah, so the AI was trained with Attenborough's voice, like
mm,
11labs.io,
yeah,
and someone built like a prototype where David like analyzed the person in front of the webcam.
yeah,
Yeah, so that was is not a like a big thing, but I was really amazed with how direct and how like real it sounded.
mm,
So I started prototyping myself, and we at the company we did like a replica of that one,
yeah,
but with with my own voice that
mm,
I trained in 11 Labs, and then I used Ricky Gervais' personality and
yeah,
to tell me
yeah.
to be a little bit like fun and
So you built an AI to basically roast yourself.
he
Uh,
roasted me and
yeah,
my hair, so
yeah,
I need to go to the barber really soon
yeah,
with my own voice
yeah,
too, just to like get ideas and to see what can we do, what's next. And then I
yeah,
realized this is just like rabbit. I mean, like
mm,
you hold up rabbit and it tells you based on the things rabbits see. You
mm,
hold it up in front of the tomato and the I don't know meat, and then you get the recipe by voice.
mm.
So you can do things like that, but with a few examples online, you can build it yourself even.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and and it's amazing how the first idea that I get when I see a new product like that is always like it's only telling me what I already knew, but pretty soon you just start realizing that like how our memories are actually we're not really good at remembering things. And as soon as you just use something for a few days, it starts to add in details that you completely forgot, although it was just yesterday. And so I think these kinds of experiences where you mix in like just photos from your everyday life can
Yeah,
can produce quite a lot of value that is completely unexplored so far
yeah.
in the world of AI.
And of course, I thought about your product that you made.
Yeah, yeah,
When I saw that,
yeah.
yeah, oh, this
I
is
have
just like
I have
Martin's.
one here like that where uh, which is this was the narrative clip. Now it's like 8 years old,
Narrative
but
clip.
yeah, but the service is still up and running. If you have an old camera somewhere, you can still um, bring it back to life and take photos to feed your AI assistant.
But can I
And
ask you guys a question?
yes,
Do you think if you like you're both wearing glasses right now, and I have glasses when I'm not wearing my contact lenses. Do you think you'll have the like next version or this version of Meta's kind of glasses for this?
Yeah.
And how do you think that will like? Because I can really see like the more I think about AI, we've discussed this previously, Martin. Like the more
mm,
I
Mm,
think about it, the more those glasses, or if we are very futuristic, think about going into the lenses, right? So
mm,
you don't have to wear anything. People don't even know you're, wearing it. You still have the camera, you
mm.
still have the capabilities, etc. But we just take the glasses, right?
yeah,
If they look good enough, do you think you'll use them? How do, and maybe to mostly to you, Johan. But like, so first, like, do you think you'll use them? Do you think you'll get a pair? If they also, do what you need for your eyes.
I have to admit, I'm thinking about buying the Meta glass.
Yeah, yeah,
Just
me
to
too.
get
I'm
used to
curious.
it a little bit. I'm
Yeah, me too.
curious, but I mean, I will feel a little bit ashamed coming into a meeting knowing that I'm filming everyone or taking photos without them knowing
Mm.
it. So I will need to
Mm.
talk about the glasses, of course, and
mm,
then it will become like a thing.
mm.
Oh, that's the guy with the glasses. So, but
It
are you thinking about it? It's more like, or do I want to be the tech guy that always like bring the latest tech stuff to the office or something?
I think like if you keep your own old glasses as well, so you
Yeah.
switch them out. The idea with the narrative clip was that it was actually not possible to turn off. So you have to physically take it off in order for to not take photos, which in order to make people more comfortable in your surroundings. But
Mm,
it's to if I would answer your question, Rasmus, I am actually quite bullish about glasses as a form factor once technology gets
Mm.
small enough to keep them as
Mm.
lightweight as they are already. Because
mm,
ha- wearing one more thing, uh, it's it's uh, it's a bit of a nuisance in the sense that you have to like it's something else you can lose. Like
yeah.
it's already. I'm so happy that my wallet's now attached to my phone and that I actually don't carry keys anymore. I only have one thing now to keep track of,
Mm,
and so that's a really good thing. But it's uh, glasses are is an awesome form factor for technology when it gets lightweight and small.
mm.
Yeah, because it's interesting. I
I
don't see
wonder
the
what.
issue you see, Johan. I don't see the issue you see with the glasses, actually.
No.
And I'm also very bullish on them because, like, yeah, if you're filming all the time, right?
Mm,
Then that's one thing, and taking photos of everyone all the time. Um, but like the way I imagine I would do it is like just with the phone. I'm not going around filming everything all the time.
no.
I might turn on even when I'm holding up my
Mm,
phone. I might just be looking at something, right? In this case, I might be getting a little pop-up about you because like, where did I meet Johan? All right. We had a
yeah. No.
calendar
Mm,
invite together 2 years ago, right? Which is very useful for me because of memory, as Martin said. And then maybe I'm like, Johan, do you mind if I take a picture? Okay, there. Or like I say it
yeah.
or whatever. Maybe I think it and it happens, right? With film. So I think the only thing is the initial kind of if those glasses, and I haven't checked it out like in detail, if those glasses
No.
look distinct enough, like the Google glasses that people will know, or if they look
Mm,
like you got a new pair of glasses, Johan, like you're wearing
yeah.
glasses, you have a pair of like Ray Bans instead. I think that was
Yeah.
that
I
or
mean.
Oakley's, I don't remember.
Yeah. I mean, they look
What
like
do you think?
Ray-Ban Wayfarers, and
Mm,
I've seen them in the store, so they look kind of just like a regular Ray-Ban Wayfarer. The only thing that you see is the lenses in the corner. but they are
mm,
discrete. So, but maybe it will change some rituals in your everyday life. And
mm,
do you want to have that change? Like,
Mm,
I didn't think the AirPods would change anything when I put them on, but now I notice that when I take a walk, of course, I have them on almost all the time.
mm.
And at certain points when I do the dishes, it changes a lot of
mm,
things, and I don't know what the pair of glasses would do. Yeah,
And
but
What
for
the
now I'm
problem?
intrigued.
Yeah,
I want to try them. I want to try them now.
yeah, me too.
We're
one
talking.
challenge with glasses as a camera form factor is that people that are uncomfortable with being photographed or filmed, they are probably also uncomfortable with asking someone to take their glasses off. That's
Mm,
you're not you never used to do that. Like, so
No.
they
mm,
end up in an inner conflict, which is a very uncomfortable position to be. And I think my analysis of the old um, Google Glass was that actually it put people in a very uncomfortable position because, like, could you please take your glasses off? Is not
Yeah,
something
yeah.
you ask someone, but still, like, you have a need and you can't express it, and that makes you very uncomfortable. So then you don't do anything about it in the situation, but you walk away from there feeling like having that discomfort with you.
mm,
So it will be a very, very interesting period of time now, like where we start to see all these experiments
mm.
being more ubiquitous, perhaps.
Mm.
But I think actually, as a form factor, I don't know what you think, Joanne, but I'm pretty bullish on the clip when I think about it. Like, just because for us, all, glass, like people who wear glasses, right? For us, it's like, yeah, it's a
Mm.
form factor I'm already used to. But I'm not sure what the percentage of the population is who wear glasses. Maybe you know, Martin, from your Haywire days. But like, and for the other people, I like imagine like, you can probably get those
Mm.
clips smaller now. The rabbit might be a clip in a bit. I'm not sure all it is. Little one somewhere, a
Yeah.
little pin, little nice thing. I don't know. What do you think, Johan?
What is the project called? Those two from Apple that designed a new, like almost like narrative clip.
Yeah,
Uh,
what are they called? Something like.
Something with
Uh,
AI. But yeah,
mm,
Mm,
yeah.
that would also be interesting. But I would like to, if I have the glasses, I would like try to know more about myself and my habits, and I will
Mm,
try to analyze it. So there's will be a new kind of data that we need to analyze and regulate and take like
mm,
into consideration, right?
mm.
yeah.
Yeah.
And also, it's like
So
I think always with these new things. Sorry, like the latest there as well. Is like, do you think like what's the main values of like in this new design space? I mean, for example, like people say these things. Oh, I look at a cucumber and I get a recipe, but it's like, is that really how we're gonna do it? And it's same thing as like, oh, I bump into someone in the street and now my glasses tell me who they are. It's like in theory, yes, but do I really care that much about it? Or is that okay? So it's like it's interesting. Like I guess my question comes down to like, Joan, have you thought about what you think are like the really valuable, appreciated things that like sort of now becomes possible for, I guess, designers, product designers, companies to solve for people with these new tools? Like, what do you think are like the main things that like you know really will like excite people and get them to invest in these new things and buy?
I don't know if the engagement or excitement is the same thing for people. Like for from a larger organization perspective, I can see that you saw the Harvard research on Boston Consulting Group that GPT-4 increased, I think, efficiency with 30 or 40%. They can like show real graphs with over 800 people interviewed and tried out GPT-4 in 2024 3, like 1 year ago, before GPT-4 was released on the market. So that is one like a value that you would like to have. Okay,
mm,
get people more efficient. But then again, what happens to the people that have these tools? Or me, for example, okay, I get more efficient. I can use it in UX research, I can save a lot of time. I can increase my quality as a designer. But does it really mean that I I can do less job and like relax? It seems like I'm taking on more tasks.
Mm,
So I get a little bit more stressy as well. If more efficient, also more to do if it's like out in the open.
mm,
What I mean is when I discovered it, maybe I shouldn't say this, but in December, January, and February, I was one of the first using it, and I noticed I could save a lot of time using it. So I had a little bit of advantage in the beginning, but then more and more people used it, and they noticed, okay, we can use it to like make drafts really fast or analyze something complex and get something quickly out of it. What was the question, Rasmus? I'm so zoning off here, I think.
No, no, no. No, I think you're exploring it. I was more
yeah.
like I think you basically I think I was asking from a consumer angle because we were talking about the glasses, and then you like
Yeah,
took it into the B2B angle, which I completely agree
yeah,
with. I mean, that's what I'm
yeah,
working with as well. Like, is that I
yeah,
see
yeah,
so many of those clear value points. But I think Martin, we
yeah.
were sort of trying to ask something at the same time before. What are you gonna
Yeah.
say?
So my question was how, what do you think comes after chat?
It seems like we are creating like spaces where we can collect data and like bring value to businesses and also customers. So, like by opening up new spaces like this, there will also be a place for us designers to design new services and products.
Mm,
So, if chat was the first one, I hope I've always been interested in voice and vision. Like when I applied for my master's in interaction design in 2000, sorry to say this, but in 2003, I
mm,
entered the interview by saying, I imagine a first person shooter in the city where you can like see zombies coming at you and then you have to run. Like they will chase
yeah.
you and you have the glasses and you can see them. And the professor was, this is just a boy dream.
Mm.
But now I'm grown up, maybe don't want to play that game, but I can see that it's soon possible to play it.
It would be awesome. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
it would be awesome.
I mean, can you imagine Pokemon Go, like how big that was
Oof.
with like
Yeah.
glasses instead of like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm
Oh,
holding up a
yeah.
phone, there's something there, but I'm going around and just like, oh, look there. I mean, I think
Yeah.
AR gaming might be like that might be one of the few like that it would be fun, healthy as well for like kids.
Yeah.
Like could be really fun.
And if you go out, some neighborhoods might be a little bit depressing. And if you have the glasses, maybe you can boost it up a little bit, get your mood up.
Yeah,
Who knows?
definitely.
Yeah.
So we have posed some questions to you, Johan, but what questions do you work on? Like if you would do a prototype and your next prototype in AI, what question would that prototype answer for you, ideally?
Right now, it's a little bit boring answer, but it's AI strategy. How can I create an AI strategy for a larger organization,
Yeah.
and how can I do the need assessment, skill assessment, and they create some kind of AI strategy documents, AI guidelines.
Hmm.
I'm trying to so we are building that for ourselves in order to make it for our customers. But if I can do a prototype, I will probably go deeper into a little bit. What is novel called in English?
Naval. Naval gazing.
Navel gazing, like
Yeah.
finding out who I am and maybe analyzing my emotions and trying to dig deeper in. Is there a way like that for vision to analyze my emotions and listen to what I say, so you can like combine those two? I say this, but I look like this.
Hmm.
Can I do something with that?
You could, if you want to play around with that, you could easily hook something up to Hume.ai.
You?
Hume was a philosopher that said that
Yeah,
that what was he saying? Basically, reason is slave to the passions. That
Mm.
we we think that we are rational, but we're actually just going by our feelings. That was his um, result of his research, I guess, or thinking. He was a philosopher, and now there's an AI company called Hume, Hume.ai, that has an API for emotion detection in both voice
Mm.
and
Oh, that's exciting.
yeah. And then you
Wow.
should also read How Emotions Are Made by Lisa um, Lisa Bartlett, where she claims that it's completely impossible to see emotions in a face because emotions doesn't work like that. We
Okay,
don't.
so
There is no expression for anger. There is no expression for joy.
Mm.
It's all based on situation as well. But
ah,
so just as a counterbalance.
nice.
There's a book called How Emotions Are Made,
Yeah,
um, where she talks a lot about that. And she's a neurologist and does research on that, like full time with a big team.
yeah.
Mhm.
But it would be interesting to see if there's a misalignment between what you say and how you look like. Then
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
can figure something out, perhaps.
They
Mm.
can figure out you're like, I would just figure out I'm a hypocrite, right? And I'm like smiling, but I'm not happy. The
Yeah,
AI says,
exactly.
no, 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 no,
Yeah.
no, no, no. That would be pretty cool, actually.
I mean,
Actually,
as a
People
the
UX
authenticity.
yeah.
researcher,
Yeah.
UX researcher, you record what they say, like in a transcript, but you also need to see gestures and what your face expression.
Mm.
But that's kind of being lost when you do many interviews.
That's really
Um,
interesting, actually, on like transcription. Like we
yeah,
think about, oh, the valuable thing in our conversation right now, like from the tools that are out there, is what we say, right? Not
yeah,
how we say.
yeah,
I mean, you can have AI analyzing transcripts, right? But like, I guess
yeah,
there will be a lot more available. Uh, I
yeah.
mean, that's actually pretty interesting, both with glasses and in a Zoom call like this.
Oh, yeah, that's
Having that
interesting.
analysis. Ah, Martin's getting
Yeah,
angry. It comes out.
yeah.
Maybe
Watch
you
it.
said something that offended him.
Don't
Gotta
say
crunch
that.
it. Don't
Yeah.
say that.
You should. They I should have my glucose monitor hooked up and to say that we need a break now. Martin needs some coffee and a donut.
What does it say now? Right now?
Right now I'm fasting, so I have just this super smooth, even curve, and
Ah,
it looks like yeah, like that, almost like a straight line with some
Mm,
smooth undulations. But
mm,
and then it's really good to see when I eat something with a sharp spike, then my body reacts with counteracts that with insulin, and my blood sugar just drops down immediately.
mhm.
And I've learned to avoid that, and which is one of the big benefits of using a
mm.
glucose
What would
I
monitor.
actually
happen
did it.
if you eat like celery, like a lot of celery? Nothing, right?
Nothing, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of food that where the curve just stays completely smooth if you eat
Mm.
keto, basically.
Mm, mm.
Mm.
I actually just I think we got a round off now, getting up on the allotted time. But
Yep.
Johan, do you want to just finish off with like, are there any like AI products that you've been really like impressed by or excited by that you've seen that you think might be fun for people to sort of or for us to check out? Anything that you've been like, oh wow.
Yeah, I know you all know about 11 Labs IO, but when I tried it and I tried I mean, can you recommend trying the API as well
Hmm.
and connect it to OpenAI's GPT-4 Vision Preview because it
Mm.
exists, so you can connect those two. So those two, I mean, it's not a clear product, but yeah, in a way a product.
Mm.
And then combine and build something in Python, or you can actually ask ChatGPT to create code for you and to connect them yourself. And otherwise, it's that Rabbit, but I don't know. Otherwise, we talked about Meta's
Yeah.
glasses. So
Yeah.
after this discussion, I will really consider. I mean, it's an unnecessary thing to buy, perhaps, but in the line of work, it, we can see it as evaluation of future tools or something like that, right?
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
I actually was inspired to do that as well by this conversation. Maybe
Yeah.
we can try them both out and compare notes later.
Maybe we can sync our eyes at the same time or something.
Yes. Let's reconvene once we have our findings on the meta glasses.
Yes, let's.
So
Real nerd gathering.
yes. Thank you so much, both of you. This has been a fun and interesting conversation, and an episode of co-creating with AI.
Nice to meet you both.
Yeah, you too, Johan.